Welcome, friends, again on our Facebook platform. And let's talk about one another very common and active discussion all the time nowadays about nutraceutical products which are used by many people in the Western world and Ayurvedic product which has been used for centuries by Ayurvedic practitioner, and now these Ayurvedic products and Ayurvedic herbs are becoming the most common and most popular products or herbs even by the nutraceutical companies. So what is difference between nutraceutical products and Ayurvedic products, and why nutraceutical companies who have been using those products for many years, what is the need for those companies to start incorporating Ayurvedic herbs in their so-called nutraceutical product, and why public should understand this? Because at the end of the day, it is not about the nutraceutical companies or Ayurvedic companies. It is your well-being. You are the end product and consumer who are using these products for your well-being. And does your well-being come through nutraceutical products? How much you have evaluate, or Ayurvedic products help you? This is something the part of our discussion today. Now, when I talk about nutraceutical product, I'm sure all of you understand better than me that these are the products which you will say either multivitamins or omega 3 or 6, various other compositions, fish oil, or different other natural components, and even simple herbs are made part of those products. But one thing we all need to understand very clearly, that nutraceutical products are supplement. When we talk about supplements are something which will supplement what your body cannot do for you. So in simple terms, you will become the slave of such product for your whole life to mitigate whatever the symptoms you have seen in your body, and have to rely on them. I will give you a few examples here. Say you are having gut problem, because in the Western world now, we all have start understanding this ancient old Ayurvedic principle that every disease, no matter whether it is simple hay fever or even your serious autoimmune disorders, they all start from your gut. Gut is your primary core part. And that's where whole Ayurvedic philosophy revolve around that from centuries. But now, majority of whether we call as complementary medicine practitioner or functional medicine practitioner or integrated medical practitioner, they all are understanding this principle very clearly and try to use that approach for their client. And one simple approach is and that can give you a good understanding that how the nutraceutical products work. Say you visit your practitioner and you have given them the indicator that I'm having a gut problem, whatever I'm eating is not getting metabolized, I always feel issues with bloating, heavy indigestion, gas, and feeling weak, fatigued, tired, my mouth is always dry. And then when your practitioner assess or done their different kind of test, they will come up that your body is not producing hydrochloric acid, which is one of our prime component in regard to the metabolic functions in the stomach, which we all understand. Then what they will give you, okay, no problem. So you take this product, which is a hydrochloric acid combination. This you need to take 1 teaspoon after your each meal. So what the indicator is coming up that you will take this hydrochloric acid combination product and live your life wonderfully. Yes, you can live your life wonderfully, but how far? Because you have been only given supplement of hydrochloric acid. You have not been advised that why your hydrochloric acid is not getting produced in your body by your system naturally, which you have been doing for so many years. And then slowly, slowly, what will happen, because your body intuitively know that whenever, whatever you have eaten, how much hydrochloric acid has to be produced and at what time the excretion has to come. And then they also relate with the combination of the different enzymes and other thing has to give you the outcome of your metabolism rather than just the hydrochloric acid. And then you can never get out of that supplement, but after 6 months or so you will be given few more, because when you go and visit them with some additional problem. This is just a very simple example for all of you to understand. As compared towards the Ayurvedic product. Ayurvedic product, as we all know, are made of specific Ayurvedic herbs for different channel system, and their target is to mitigate that built up of toxin which are hampering your bodily intelligence. So what that mean in this case, that Ayurvedic practitioner will be able to identify that what are the core cause behind your body not able to produce hydrochloric acid sufficiently, and able to identify that which of the three bodily intelligence which are governing every function in our body according to Ayurvedic principle has caused that problem, and they will provide you that medicine, that Ayurvedic product, which will mitigate the core cause as well as give you the sufficient amount of hydrochloric acid and enzymes to do your metabolic function, and then you can enjoy and you can use it for say 1 month or so, and after that your bodily intelligence will be revived and you don't have to carry on with that medicine what your Ayurvedic practitioner or whoever using Ayurvedic product has given. So this is one principle or one point of difference you need to understand. Second part is when we talk about Ayurvedic products, Ayurvedic herbs are the main ingredient. There is no other thing in those products, the traditionally Ayurvedic products what we talk about. And those herbs work together, because in Ayurveda, one principle we all understand, those who have studied traditional Ayurveda, that herbs work with the synergy of the herbs. So there will be always a combination of three or four herbs in that particular formulation. And then the main thing is the dosages. Those dosages of each ingredient play in a huge role. And our traditional understanding and all the traditional text written by all our Ayurvedic sages has very well established that what amount of the each ingredient will give us the required outcome effectively. That is and then they also have shown us that how you can combine these to get the best result for your well-being, because their focus from the very beginning was the well-being of the community. That is where Ayurveda rely on. Yes, Ayurvedic products will come in the market, but their primary focus is how we can give well-being, wellness, and benefit to that person who is suffering from, rather than just having a commercial benefit. You might say that what you mean that these other products are coming up in the market are for commercial use only. Yes, I have no hesitation in saying so. I'm happy to have a very open discussion, honest discussion with those. And the example of that I can show you what is happening nowadays. These nutraceutical companies, because before that they were not aware of understanding on Ayurvedic herbs, and whatever the herbs they were using, those herbs has a not much more deeper therapeutic benefit, and hence they sometimes use and sometimes not and rely on the other kind of ingredient. But now they have started realizing that how much benefit these Ayurvedic herbs has for various kind of problem, whatever problem we talk. And they have started incorporating those Ayurvedic herbs in their nutraceutical product. My question to all of you who are associated with Ayurveda or as a practitioner, because at the end of the day, if you are a practitioner, what is your focus? Even you are a medical doctor, then what is your primary objective? Your primary objective is you want to help the client, you want their well-being, and then you, after your diagnosis, you try to advise them that kind of product which can help them. And for till now, say 2 3 years ago, if I say a bit more, all of you were using these nutraceutical supplement or so, because none of them were having the understanding on Ayurvedic herbs. Now they have started understanding on the Ayurvedic herbs and they are incorporating Ayurvedic herbs. My question is very simple to all of you as well as to them. If you were feeling that for 30 years, 40 years or so, that those nutraceutical products are very effective, then why you have started incorporating now those Ayurvedic herbs in your formulation? You should rely on that principle. So that is the one part. And then the second thing is, as I mentioned, dosages. Dosages of the each herb has to be used according to our ancient knowledge as well as even the current all medical researches which are coming up for those products, because that is another one issue we always talk about in relation to Ayurveda, that Ayurvedic medicine is not evidence based or research based, hence they have to do their own research. And then what they have found, same sort of effect of those herbs, and then the dosage is also the same, but they will not use those dosages because they still have to rely on different multivitamins and omegas and fish oil. And I will give you two examples quickly. It won't take too much because many of you don't have that level of concentration to listen to those subjects. Many of us, with full respect to all of you, are more into TikTok and those kind of things where you will like to listen to the 30 minutes that this is the vitamin C, I should use it, and here we go. Wonderful, ta ta ta. But when we are giving some information based on evidence and more on the benefit for public, I have to speak a little bit longer. That's where this example I'm giving. Say someone is feeling fatigued, tired, anxiety, stress, a bit of sleep issue. And now if you are going out in the market and picking up a nutraceutical product, you will find that you will pick up either magnesium, either multivitamins, or will have a combination of CQO10 kind of product, or even some will have a B complex, those kind of various product out in the market you can always feel. But now if you see recently, most of these nutraceutical products have started incorporating ashwagandha, brahmi. These are the two very traditional, very specific Ayurvedic herbs which work for our all the mental and brain related issue, which we call as your anxieties and stress and fatigue and sleep issue. Now question is, first question the same, if you feel nutraceutical products combination what you have been selling to the public and the client for so many years are all effective, then why you are going toward that? And then the second part is why you are not using the correct dosages in those products. It means your focus is only just to sell them and not looking for the well-being. And when I say correct dosages, now ashwagandha you can never use less than 2 gram in a one single dose to get the best result. In the same way, Brahmi, 1.5 gram you have to use to get the best benefit. And as I said, majority of the product will have only one herb. And then why you are not following that principle if you want to use Ayurvedic herb, that when you are using Ayurvedic herbs, they work based on the synergy of the herbs. So single herb will not give you that much benefit, but the combination of the herbs which can target on that area can give you the outcome. And now look at the, as compare Ayurvedic formulations for this fatigue, stress and anxiety. When we combining these Ayurvedic herbs, how they work, first of all, we need to understand that why anxiety and stress has come up, why the sleep issue has come up. And that will be mitigated by those herbs. Ashwagandha is known as stabilizing the two intelligence, Vata and Kapha. And the same part is related with the Brahmi. We have different variations of the Brahmi, but the one which is the Bikopia will balance your Vata and Kapha. Vata intelligence is related with the nerves function. So nerves conduction, work with the neuron. Kapha is the one which is related with the cerebrospinal fluid, and then the consisting of that help the neurons to pass on the message in a correct way. So when these products, herbs you are using in the right dosages, you will be able to mitigate the core cause behind that functional imbalances, which we call as cognitive disorder. And then the outcome for that client will be much sustainable and long lasting. That is the way all Ayurvedic formulations for various imbalances used. And that's what whoever is suffering or whoever is in the practice, they should look at using such Ayurvedic products which are having the right dosages of each ingredient for each imbalance, so that you can help your client consciously, honestly, and built your practice based on these principles, not just on the one commercial component that I have to produce something. So I thought I will share with you this one issue which is happening a lot now. First, lot of people not able to have the right access of the Ayurvedic products. They have to rely on these nutraceutical products. But now these Ayurvedic products are now made under the TGA's regulation, especially in this part of the world. TGA, everyone knows that what is the role of the TGA for producing or looking after the various kind of products. And these products are made in Australia, so you can rely on the quality and efficacy of those herbs, because this is one of the biggest question always get asked about Ayurvedic product. Their use is not so effective because they are heavy metals and other combination, and that's the one thing you can rely on, the products which are made in Australia under the TGA's regulatory GMP certified companies. So you can get the best of each world. That is what is the saying in English, and you can benefit for your problem. And as a practitioner, you can build your practice on a healthy principles. Thanks.